So we're about to make 4 cute projects using the Art Gallery stamp set. Now, I did not pre-cut the Designer Series paper because I don't cut that for you guys. So I'm actually going to show you how to cut it, and I've made some templates for them. So here's the template right here for this bag. And here's the sheet that we're going to be cutting. Okay, so you're all going to get this template to cut your 6x6 paper. Okay. So look at the direction of how this goes. So this is, and maybe I should have changed it a little bit. So this is this way, and this is that way. Okay, 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. Did I cut that right? I did. I'm second guessing myself now. And then this one's going to measure 4 3/8 by 1 3/8. So 1 3/8 is right there. Now this is a scrap because that's too small. So that's why it says scrap there. This template is not true to size, okay? It's just giving you an idea of how it works. So you're going to need these 2 pieces. This is a scrap. And then we're going to take this piece down here, this section, and we're going to cut it to measure 1 3/8, which is right there. That's the scrap that's on here. And then 4 3/8. Okay, so let me show you this again. So here's the template. So there's that one, scrap. Here's this one, another scrap, and another scrap, okay? So we're gonna take these 3 for our bag, okay? So we need Bumblebee, So Saffron, Pear Pizzazz, and Memento ink. Okay, let's start with the So Saffron and Pear Pizzazz. This is clean. So I'm going to stamp it first in So Saffron. Now we need to clean this because we're going to use it again with Pear Pizzazz. Or are we? Yeah, we are. I'm going to go ahead and wash it again because we're going to use it later. Now we need the Bumblebee. So we're going to take this one. So we're going to stamp the center flower. The only thing we have left to stamp is the greeting. So this time I'm using I Miss You. And this is the little piece that it goes on. Oh, wrong ink. Memento. Yeah, I will post or share the instructions tomorrow. Okay, there's our greeting. Now let's go ahead and cut out these pieces. These are the dies that we're using today. So all of these are in the coordinating die set. We are using one new one today. This is the tailor-made tag. And then these 2 are the Stitch So Sweetly. Sorry, that's pretty close up, isn't it? Start with this one. Is it lined up? Y'all can see it better than I can. I originally bought this set just for the greetings. It has pretty fabulous greetings. But I actually like the flowers too. Okay, let's see. We're going to take our scissors now. Okay, so okay, we don't need that. We can save that for a future project, but we do need this one. So we're just going to glue this one right on top of that one. So I'm going to get my silicone craft sheet and my liquid glue. Oops, that was too much glue. Okay. There we go. So there's our image. Now we're going to glue this to the pool party layer. This is going to go here, so we're going to put some dimensionals on that. Oh, the printer finally stopped. I have not printed on that thing in hours. I have no clue why. Oh, it started back up again. I swear it's possessed. Okay. I think that's good. I don't know. It appears to be a little bit too far to the left. Okay, now let's make this bag. You will get a template for this. I have not made it yet, but I will have it. I always make templates for the boxes and bags that we make during these events. Okay. So for now, I have this template, okay? So I'm getting my Simply Scored scoring tool. Okay, landscape side, also called the long side. We are going to score this at 1.5, 5, 6.5, 10, and then we're going to turn it on the portrait side, the short side, and we're going to score it at 1.5 and 6. Now I'm going to take the bone folder and burnish on those score lines. So on your 1/2-inch strip side, you're going to remove this piece and this one up here. And then I'm going to angle that. Now I'm going to cut up to the score line on all of these score lines. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. Okay, that's how it looks right now. We're going to put our adhesive over here. I'm using tear and tape. Now I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and remove the backing. And then fold this over. Okay. Now we're going to use liquid glue and we're going to glue down. Now this side you can see is thicker. See? Thick, thin. We're going to glue the thin side down. We want the top of this bag to be nice. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to hold this down and let it dry. Cindy, I will share with you the link to the scissors. I also got those on Amazon. Looks like I need to raise my camera. Y'all really don't want that close of a view of my my hand, do you? Something's changed. I didn't change my setup here. It's been the same forever. Well, since I moved here. I'll give you the link to the scissors. You won't have to do anything, but just come back to where you left this comment. I will reply right to your comment for the scissors. I actually do have it on my blog, but it's easier for me just to give you the link. Okay, that's how it looks right now. Our seam is back here, so that makes this the front of our bag. So I'm going to put tear and tape on that. We're going to fold this over. Okay. Okay, so just fold this over, and here is our little gift bag. Now we're going to take the Designer Series paper that we cut, and we're going to attach it to the front and to the sides. We are not covering the back. You could if you wanted to, because your packet, if you order the packet, so that's if you order it, it comes with 12 of these sheets. So you could make 2 of every project, or you could just take your extra and decorate the back. Yeah. Okay, now this one. I feel bad that I haven't used more of this paper. It's really beautiful paper. I think that time just goes by so fast now. It's just so hard to not pay attention, but to use everything in the time frame that we're given. The good thing is the mini catalog is still good. Yeah, it's just the annual catalog is starting, but the mini catalog is not retiring yet, so we still have time. Okay, there's that. We're going to pop this up on the front with our dimensionals. Whoops, that one came back with me. The Designer Series paper is what? Fine Art Floral? Fine Art Floral. It's the coordinating paper with this suite. And then now we have our bag and our ribbon, and I have my greeting here. So for the greeting, we're going to attach that with a mini dimensional, and we're going to place it, let's see. Yeah, right here on the far right. And, oh, we need to add some liquid glue there. It's popping up. Now for this one, I put a roll of ribbon in there. So whatever you want, this measures 3.5 by 4.5 by 1.5, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just put the ribbon inside just to use it as an example. And then it goes inside there. And then the 16 inches that comes in your packet, that's gonna be plenty. So you're just gonna tie it up here at the top. So you can see 16 inches is gonna be more than enough. And then trim the ends of the ribbon. It's a little crooked. Okay, what do you have? Oh, rhinestones. We have to add our embellishment. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go get them in a couple minutes. I don't want to keep you too long because we have a lot of projects to make. So I'm going to go ahead and zip to the other, and we'll add all the embellishments after we're done with all of them. So here's the paper that you're going to be using. This one measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So our first cut is going to be at 3 7/8. And then 5 1/8. So you can see this is this piece, this is this scrap. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it at 3 7/8 by 2. So here's this piece, and then here's this scrap and this scrap. So we need these two pieces for our card, okay? So for the scraps, this is where you're gonna stamp. Let me get the sample real quick. This is an easel card. So this is the front, and then this is how it opens up. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, that's how it works, okay? So we're gonna stamp this in Poppy Parade and Pear Pizzazz. Now, the leaves is right here, and the happy birthday is here. But this flower I have on the Stamparatus because we need to use the Stamparatus for the second card. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Stamparatus and we'll use that. Okay, Poppy Parade. Where's my white? I'll tell y'all where the packet is. If you go to my Chick shop and click on Make and Take Class Packet, that's where it's at. Isn't that so beautiful? Now, before I proceed, I'm going to clean this because I do not want Poppy Parade ink on my Flirty Flamingo ink pad. And I'm even going to get a clean one now because that Poppy Parade is really dark. Now let's stamp the leaves. And the final thing to stamp is the greeting. Hopefully I can stamp this on this little piece. Yay, I did. I'm going to set this aside, and now we need to cut these out with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We'll start with this one, and I'm probably going to use the washi tape to keep it in place. Or no, the purple tape. The real original purple tape. Okay, here's this one. You know, when I posted it right before I started bingo, but since my internet was doing crazy things, it is possible that it's not there. I literally posted it like 10 minutes before we went live. Okay, here's all of our pieces. So we've got our images. Now we're going to take the rest of these and make our card. So we're going to score the Pool Party cardstock on the landscape side. And we're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Now, this designer series paper is going to get attached to this basic white piece. Ooh, too much. And then this is going to get added like that, okay? So we're going to put adhesive here in the middle, but don't go too far, because if you do, it's going to go past where you're adding it. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to take the Poppy Parade. And I want to use a scrap piece of paper because I don't want to mess up my clean white. It just will distract me. So that is right on the designer series paper. Now we're going to attach it to our Whisper White or Basic White. Now, you have to determine how you want your card to stand, like where you want to place this. I think that's pretty good. Let me give you a ruler and I'll tell you exactly where it's at. So it is at like 1 5/8. So we could do the same thing with this one. I'm going to add this with dimensionals. Okay, and I'll post links, guys, afterwards because I have all those links available. So I'll do it afterwards. So here's that. Yeah. Now we just want to add this. So we're going to start with the stem or the leaves. And add that down here. And this one's going to get popped up. Lots of airplanes are out today. And then this is going to get added here. Let's go ahead and add this to the front, and then that way we'll know exactly where to add the greeting. I'm looking at this. Did I add that? I added it on the back side. Goodness gracious. Oh, well. Y'all can't see it that well. I've already taken pictures of the real cards, so. See? Sorry. I got distracted. Now this is going to go here. So I'm going to use the minis on this one because it doesn't pop it up as much. And then the final step is we're going to tie a little bow right here to add to the stem. Now you could add rhinestones to this project if you want to, but I just decided that all the projects don't have to have an embellishment. Well, this one does. It has ribbon, but you could certainly add rhinestones if you want. And I want this to be little, so I'll probably have to trim that a little bit more in just a minute. Let's see how this looks. The planes sometimes sound really good, and then sometimes they're a little not. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So both of them, yeah, looks good, right? So that's our easel card. It's so pretty though. Look at how pretty. Now, to cut this paper, I did not make a template because it's just one piece of paper. And look how beautiful the wink of, well, I'm not sure you can see the wink of Stella, but it's on there and it's really pretty. So card number 2 is Basic White. Basic White. Pool Party, Basic White, and Pool Party. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut that. So let me pull the instruction sheet so that I can give you the measurement of that. That piece measures 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. Whoops. So 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. This card is much prettier in person. It just, I'm sure the video just does not do it justice. Okay, 5 1/2. So we're going to use the blending brush now. This is how we're going to be cutting out this flower. So I've got this cut out to show you how we're going to make this work on this card. And using the Wink of Stella and our blending brush. Now, the blending brush, if you have not used this yet, I'm going to try to help you with this. It's best that you start with a scrap piece of cardstock, okay? Let me get the Pool Party ink. I have a heavy hand, so I can very quickly mess this up because I do have such a heavy hand. So that's why I'm going to give you some tips. So add some ink. Now, I re-inked my Pool Party ink pad a couple of days ago, which means it's very fresh. If your ink pad is old, then you might not have to get as much ink. So you're going to get your ink and then you're going to start over here. See how that's got that big glob? You don't want that big glob on your card front. So, and you want to do very lightly circular, okay? And you're going to keep doing that very lightly. Okay? Get the glob over here. Circular, circular, circular. Okay. See? Have y'all used these yet? I know they've been on back order for quite a while, so you may not have used it. So now we're going to add this strip of Designer Series paper. Kay, I found these really cool cases on Amazon. I will be sharing the link to those this week. I just got them in. If you were here earlier for bingo, I had another size too. I love them. You guys know I like organizing. I don't have as much time to dedicate to it as I prefer. But yeah, I just found them this week and they're super affordable. I wanted to be able to hold the blending brushes and the Wink of Stella and our Stampin' Blend markers. So yeah, I think they came like 5 to a pack. I was thrilled to get them. So yeah, I will be sharing that. Now this is going to go here like that. Yes, you can wash your brushes. I will tell you, I have not washed mine yet. I was still stuck on using the old sponges because they've been around a long time and I wasn't I love how soft the new ones are, but they're not as affordable as the old ones. So now that the yellow sponges are retiring, I have to use the blending brush. I do like them. They're very soft, but I also have a lot of customers that have limited money. So I try to be mindful of what I use. Now we're going to stamp the greeting with, we're using thank you this time. Where is that? Right here. Okay. I got to bring this closer to me. Oh, it's a little high. That's okay. Now I'm going to get the Stamparatus, and we're going to stamp our flowers. Okay, so here's my scrap, and we are using Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to use full strength on this one, and we're going to use Stamped Off on this one, okay? So I'm going to take this one. Hopefully I'm in the camera. And stamp. I could ink her a little heavier. There we go. Beautiful. Now I need that scrap that I had a few minutes ago, and we're going to stamp off this outline. And I'm sorry, I know you can't see it. It's over here. And then we're going to peel that up and then stamp. Well, that's like not even showing up at all. We're going to call it done. Hey, and with the magic of, let's see, boom. We'll just use that one, right? Because we still got more stamping to do. So we have this. Now we need to do the pool party flowers. And we have to clean that because last time we used a different color. I don't remember which color. I did not pre-film these projects, so I will have to edit these for it to go on my blog. Okay, I'm going to be announcing Designer Series paper shares tomorrow, so I've got that going on. Oh, I left it with the other. So pool party. We're going to stamp this one down here. And then we're going to use Bermuda Bay for that center flower. Okay, now Pear Pizzazz for those leaves, and we're going to do 2 of these. Okay. Everything is stamped, so now we're ready to cut everything out. Yeah, so let me slide everything over. I don't really want to lose anything, so now we'll start with this one. Our final project is pretty simple. Although this card's simple too. It's just taking me longer to make. Okay, so here's this. So we're done with that one. And now we're going to cut the leaves out. And I am going to use my purple tape again to hold this down. This is a standard card, so it's the front of it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yeah, it's the regular size. It's just in the other orientation. Okay, there's that one. One more, and we're done with this one. Okay, here's what I gotta do. I gotta turn this down here because it's, I don't know where my purple tape went. Can y'all even see this? Yeah, you can a little bit. Now, to build this, what you're going to do first is cut off this little piece here, like that. Okay, so the surgery is done on the leaves. Now for this one, I've got your sample right here to show you. You're going to remove this part. We're not using that, okay? Now for this one, we just want to separate these 3 clusters from this main cluster right here, okay? Ooh, not the best of cutting, but oh well. That's going to be covered up. So here's what we have. I'll move these out of the way so that they don't confuse you now, okay? So here's all of our pieces. So we're going to add this here and this down here, like that. And we're just going to glue these down, okay? Now this one. And then, so this is going to go, this is going to go here, and this is going to go over here. This is going to go here. So what I like to do is put this one down here because I want to make sure that these are not too high or too low. See what I mean? So put that there, kind of have this, there's an indentation right there. I kind of like to put that right there. And then we're going to pop this up, but we're going to pop it up behind there, okay? And I'm using mini dimensionals for this one. If I can get my hands on them. Because the mini don't pop up as much. The regular ones are a little higher. Okay, let me make sure I got this exactly where I want it. You know what? Let's go ahead and put the thank you down. That will help. I didn't do a very good job of stamping that though. Okay, now, so this goes here, and you can see we don't want to cover up our thank you, so that's why you got to get this flower exactly where you want it. And now we're going to put this down. Hold that, and then slide this back here. And then this one's going to go over here. So same thing, just put a mini dimensional. And then regular dimensionals on this one. Or do I? What did I do? No, I glued it down. Because it's already popped up. Yeah, so just glue it down. And then the magic happens when you add the Wink of Stella. Whoops. And then our rhinestones. Looks like I used a bigger one on the original card, and I didn't even know it. Okay. What do you think? Pretty, isn't it? So we are going to be making this box. Isn't it so cute? So it is 6 inches by 2. Yeah, by 2. Now this one has a template also for the paper, because you want to be able to get all of your pieces out of one 6 by 6. Okay, so this is the template for this box, and this is your paper. So I'm going to get my trimmer out, and my first cut is going to be at 3 3/4. So 3 3/4. Let's see. And then 1 3/4. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the front and the 2 sides. And then this piece, you're going to cut, let's see, at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I want to show you this on the template so that you can understand it. So we have our 3 panels, the front and the 2 sides, and then the top piece. These are not to scale. So this is your scrap, this is your scrap, and this is your scrap, okay? So these are the 4 pieces that we're using. This is just all left over. So there's the template. It's Poppy Parade cardstock. And I've already cut out the tailor-made tag. These are a new die that's going to be in the new catalog. You're going to love them. They're all tags. So all we're going to do is stamp Best Wishes on that tag. Okay. Like I said, the instruction sheets will be made available tomorrow. I like to make sure that I've accurately given accurate measurements. Okay, so on the 8.5 inch side, which I would call the landscape side, you're going to score this at 2, 4, 6, 8. And then on the 8 inch side, you're going to score at 2, 6, and 7.5. Yes, the templates come with the PDF. Absolutely. Yep. So there's going to be 3 templates for the cutting of the designer series paper, and then a template for the box and a template for the bag. So there's going to be a total of 5 templates along with the instruction sheets, which is, I think, 8 pages. So fold on those score lines and burnish with the bone folder. Oh, the sun's coming out. Yay! Man, it rained really hard yesterday or last night. Okay, so I have my template here. Here's how it's going to look. So we've got our 1/2 inch side here. And we're going to take our scissors and cut this section off here. We've made these milk carton boxes before. Okay, then down here we're going to cut up to the score line. I'm just going to angle cut this just slightly, okay? So that's what it looks like. That's all the cutting we're doing. We're going to add our tear and tape to this strip here. The PDF came with the fee for the class, or it will be made available for a small fee over on my website. Yeah, so when I send the link to everyone that purchased the class, I will post the PDF also available on my site to purchase. Okay, so here's how it looks right now. This is the back of our box. This is the front of our box. So I'm going to put tear and tape on that piece right there. It's a 2468 box, but it's a milk carton box, because the way the top does, I think the 2468 might have been the very first box I ever made with Stampin' Up. I think it was. Okay, so fold the sides in, the back up, and that. And then we're just going to squeeze. Oh, I forgot my clever clasp. Use a clever clasp or a mini binder clip. So if the clasp have sold out by the time I'm ordering the clasp product, you'll be getting one of these, okay? Okay, I'm just going to add the designer series paper. Oh, come on. Ruh-roh. Okay, come here. I love the back side of this paper too. I wish the paper were carrying over. I checked today though when I started working on the supply sheets, and it's not on low inventory yet, so hopefully it'll be available until the end of the catalog. Thank goodness for the template. Now we're going to take the clip or the clasp and this just goes, it just gets attached. Okay, here goes the fumble fingers. I just slide it under there. Now you could use some twine if you want and just attach it, but I'm okay with it just coming off when the box is opened. So we're taking the tulle and the crinkle seam binding, and we're just going to tie a bow. I'm so sad that this tulle is retiring. Of course, we have had it for a really long time. Okay, and I'm just going to add it to the box with a glue dot, and then I will probably trim the ends. And one other thing I need to do before y'all sign off is I need to come back here and add our rhinestones to this project, since I didn't have them with me earlier. So one here. Here's our box, our bag, and then our 2 cards. They look good, don't they? Let's see. I can't make them all fit. So, okay, you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you Monday night. Thank you.